All right, thanks for being with us on this Friday morning. We are live to the KGNS app, live to the website at kgns.tv. We're also live to our Facebook page and to our YouTube channel as well. It is Friday, and on Fridays, we have been celebrating the fact that United Way of Laredo has been serving this community for 75 years, and we continue to do that today. Joining us this morning, I'm going to start with the board member for United Way of Laredo, and that would be Margarita Flores. She is joining us this morning. Margarita, good morning. How are you today? Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Very well, Ruben. How are you? And thank you for hosting us this morning.
Absolutely. I'm doing well. Thank you so much, and it's my pleasure. Margarita, I feel like all year we've been talking about the gala, and now we're done with the gala. What happened?
We are done with the gala. Very excited turnout. We want to thank everybody who had a participation in the gala, whether they attended, bought a table, helped as volunteers to set up. It was just a round-out success. We're very, very pleased with the outcome of our gala, the most successful to date.
Wow. Margarita, I want to talk to you about you first. Before we move on, I should say, because we already talked about the gala, but how long have you been on the board member for United Way of Laredo?
I've been on the board for approximately 4 years now.
Wow. And how did you get involved?
I was invited. I am familiar with United Way. In my past life, I lived in St. Louis, Missouri, and worked for Anheuser-Busch, maker of Budweiser, and managed the United Way campaign for our corporation. So I was very familiar with the mission, a believer in its mission. And so when I was invited, I knew I wanted to help out.
Yeah. Is it similar throughout the country, the way it works here in Laredo?
Very much so. You know, the mission is the same across the country. Obviously, there are differences based on the local needs.
Yeah. What is it that you like about being a part of the 75th year of United Way of Laredo?
Well, 75 years, very, very few, whether institutions, corporations, can get to that milestone year. And so I think that's a testament of the organization's strength, its leadership, the commitment our community has to help our very own. And precisely that, Ruben, because the money stay here. I think that's a great, not only selling point, but it's a great incentive for all of us who participate in the United Way, knowing that the efforts that we do is to help our own.
Yeah. When you come across folks and they ask you about United Way, what's the first thing you tell them?
It's helping our own, quite honestly. We not only are we helping our own, we're liberating the agencies that we service, the task of them having to do a lot of the legwork because we do it for them. Yeah. Whether it's fundraising or the administrative piece of it.
22 agencies, correct?
Correct.
And these agencies consist of, they're kind of divided up into different categories, right?
Correct. We do health and human services, education, just to mention a few of the organizations that we support here locally, excuse me, includes Bethany House, the Boys and Girls Clubs, the I'm going to miss the name, the Ruth B. Cowell Center, just all fine organizations who are doing quite a bit to help our community.
Sure. I want to go back to the gala. Would you say it was a success?
Very much so, Ruben. We've had post meetings from the after the gala. Not only financially did we reach or very close to reaching the goals that we'd set out for ourselves, which were stretch goals, but we were fortunate to have a full house, a lot of guests that we had not seen maybe ever, or returning guests, and that's always very encouraging to the organizing committee.
And I always put up the phone number and the website because really there's never enough that could be said about United Way of Laredo. And if you go to the website, there's so much information there. If you call the number, Peggy will take care of you. If you have any questions, and that's what this has been about really, this 75th year, is sort of reinvigorating the community as to what United Way of Laredo has done for these past 3/4 of a century. And so we're not done.
Yep.
So we did finish the gala, but there is one more event coming up. So we'll talk about that. And that's on October the 14th.
That is correct.
That is the 5K Star Run and Walk. It's at Laredo College at 8 o'clock in the morning. Margarita, this is a new event that has been added with KGNS Plus. A good year last year on the campus of TAMIU. What's the expectation this year?
To make it even bigger, last year and our first year was, as you said, quite successful. We're changing the venue. We want to thank the folks at Laredo College for allowing us to bring this event there. Obviously, the work of KGNS, our title sponsor for that walk run. And we encourage everybody to come out. It'll be in the fall. We hope the weather's going to be beautiful. The campus is amazing. And so it's just a great, great time to come out with family, friends for a great cause. And so our expectations are pretty high as well.
$25 to register. And again, you can call the number that you see on your screen to join the walk and join us out there on that beautiful day to continue to raise money, but not only the money, Margarita, but again, the awareness, right?
That is correct. You know, we're coming out of a really, really difficult time. I mentioned this at the gala. You know, we've had, 2 to 3 years of pandemic. You know, the economy has taken a hit. A lot of individuals have taken a hit financially. And so more than ever, United Way is needed by all the service agencies and more people in our community. So if you can put your, grain of salt into helping, we would really appreciate it.
One of the agencies that is served by United Way of Laredo is Bethany House of Laredo, and Monica Bautista has joined us this morning. She's the Director of Development. We've been featuring one of the agencies as well. Monica, good morning. Welcome back to the Digital News Desk. How are you?
Hey, Ruben. Good morning. Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you.
First, talking a little bit about what Bethany House does.
So Bethany House has been serving the Laredo community for 42 years. It was founded by Father Charles Magnabo with a very clear mission to feed the hungry and shelter the homeless. And I will say very proudly that today we still, carry out that mission every day, no fail. When you were talking about the pandemic, Bethany House continued serving, when, even the dining area couldn't be open, we did grab and go meals. We always kept our shelter open as well with a lot of, all the measures, the COVID measures. But, we never ceased in-person, operations. We always provided case management. As you know, Bethany House serves as a clearinghouse for not only meals and shelter, but for many other social services. So we know how important it is to keep our doors open. And, United Way has been critical in helping us do that, for many years.
Yeah. Want to go back to Margarita, because all these organizations, all these agencies that United Way of Laredo supports, they're all vetted, Margarita. Right.
You're absolutely right. There is a strict vetting process. So all the organizations, all these agencies that we serve, as you said, not only are vetted, but they are mission driven. They keep their books in line and are providing just incredible service to our community.
98 cents of every dollar?
98 cents of every dollar goes to our mission to serve our community.
Monica, and the mission of Bethany House, like you just said, it never stops. The need is there 24/7, 365, and even during the pandemic it continues, and it continues today.
Yes, every day we prepare about 1,000 meals in our kitchen. About half of those are served on site, about half of the other half is distributed through different programs. But there's a lot of people, our phones are always, the lines are busy because we get a lot of calls, about signing up for the homebound delivery program. We also provide rent and utilities assistance because the logic there is that we really want to help people before they lose their homes. So if maybe you're behind on your bills or your rent payment, we help you with that so that you don't get to that point of homelessness, because then it's harder to help overcome that cycle, right? So we have many programs that maybe people don't even are aware that we provide, like the transitional housing for families. We have 17 units that are available for families that are experiencing homelessness. And when I say this, I'm just going to paint the picture. It's families that maybe were living out of their car, that were living, staying in a park, in abandoned buildings. So you don't see those families, but they're there, and Bethany House is there to help them.
Talk about the outreach that Bethany House does. You don't just sit back and wait for people to come to you. You go out to the streets.
Not at all. So we really believe that we can really help them exit that cycle of homelessness when they receive all, like an integrated services. So we have an outreach team, we call it, but it's really just one person. But her name is Esmeralda Suarez, and she's now, famous in the community because she really is out on the streets every day, in underpasses, and, in the plazas, every corner of the city, she covers it. She knows a lot of them, by name, what their needs are, and she really takes them from being on the street to actually securing her housing for them. So it's really a complex, challenge there, but it's not impossible because we've seen it happen. Just last year, we were able to house 82 people that were on the streets, and now they have their own home.
Margarita, how does it feel hearing Monica and knowing that the work that United Way of Laredo does goes toward this mission?
Well, Ruben, I also sit on the board of Bethany House, and I've been on that board slightly longer than in United Way, and I am immensely proud of the work Bethany House does. When I joined the board, I took a tour of the facility, and it was probably right after 12 noon, after they had fed, as Monica mentioned, over 500 people. You'd walk into that kitchen, and you thought that was a display kitchen. The neatness, the organization, just unbelievable. As Monica mentioned, the work that it does is just mind-boggling. It is a small crew of individuals, very caring individuals who, day in out, whether it's a holiday, we're there on Thanksgiving, providing meals when a lot of folks are with their own families. The door doesn't shut. Thankfully to the employees of Bethany House, they're there to provide that meal also for those who don't have either a family or where to go, whether it's the children, the single parent. It's just an incredible organization that really provides hope, as Monica said, because we can restitute them and bring them back into the fold. And so that is really the aim, not only to feed and shelter, but to get them back integrate into the community in their own homes.
So many people want to help someone, somehow, some way, and by supporting United Way of Laredo, you do that and a lot more. And so if you've been looking for someone to support that you want to invest your money in, and it's an investment in this community. This is the website that we're looking at here, unitedwaylaredo.org, and there's a lot of information there. You can donate on the website right now, as a matter of fact, if you'd like. Again, I know that many times you want to donate somewhere, but you're just not sure where. And rest assured, with United Way of Laredo, as Margarita mentioned, and as all the board members mentioned, 98 cents out of every dollar goes toward the mission. And you're going to find very few, if any, other nonprofit organizations that can say that much money goes toward the actual mission. So the need continues, and the number and so forth is right here on your screen. I invite you to check out the website yourself or call Peggy and the gang over at the office, and join us on October the 14th for the 5K Star Run and Walk at 8 o'clock in the morning at Laredo College. Margarita, any final thoughts?
Once again, Ruben, thanks to KGNS, to everybody in our community who always steps up when the need is there. And as Ruben just mentioned, the website, the phone number is listed there. Anything that you can give is helpful. Anything that you give, know that it stays here to help our own. So thank you very much.
Monica, final thoughts?
No, just to thank you, Ruben. Thanks to KGNS for this space, and to United Way, who has been really a long time supporter of particular actually our meal programs. And without them, we really couldn't do those 1,000 meals that we do every day. If people are, like you said, maybe guessing where do I spend the money, you can just be assured that through United Way, they make us very accountable of how that money is used. So you know that your money is really going to the people that need it most.
All right. God bless you both. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ruben.
All right, I got to go, but I actually have a second interview coming up with Tammy Yu. They've got an event happening tomorrow, so give me some time to set things up with them via Zoom, and it has to do with the Stags Academy. They've got, again, an event tomorrow. So that's coming up next. If you're watching on the app, on the website, just hang tight. I'll be back. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, I'll start another live. So stay with me. I'll be right back after this.